And we'll start now. I'm going to show some slides so you guys can see a little bit of what's going on. So the company, obviously, here's the name, Nueva. It's backed by science, built for lifestyle. You'll get a little bit more of a feel for that as you continue to get on these Zooms and watch what's happening as we start. Like I said, we're only a couple of weeks old, so we have a lot going on. There's a lot going on behind the scenes. You'll see that as this Zoom goes on. So we're going to go on to the next Zoom and talk a little bit about our vision. And our vision statement is amazing. It's spot on. And as you're listening to it or reading it to yourself, I just think you're going to get a super feel for our company and what we are wanting to bring to the industry, to the humans out there, and everything. So Nueva exists to elevate lives through clean, optimized wellness solutions, transformational leadership, and purpose-driven community. That's one of my favorites. We empower individuals to rise into their next level of strength, clarity, and contribution physically, financially, and energetically. And another word I love is energy and energetically. Guys, we're here to help everybody elevate their lives, however, and elevate their dreams and just come into a whole new place in their lives and in their families' lives. So we really care about that. And we're going to do everything we can to help every single person that comes into this company do that. And we are stoked because we know how to do it. I was thinking a while ago with Rick and I, Tony and Margie, we have about 150 years of profession, of being in this profession altogether. So unbelievable. I was like, wow, that's really crazy. But anyhow, let's go on to the next slide so we can get to that new product also. And our pillars are powerful renewal, purity of performance. We're going to rise together. We really believe in the worth of every single person that exists. We really believe that. So we want to rise together, work together, do everything we can together. Strength through substance and prosperity through purpose. And you're going to see all of these pillars unfold and roll into our culture as we grow and begin here the first part of May. You're going to feel this, guys. You're going to feel these pillars just move up through your business, through your family, through you. So like I said, we're just stoked to be able to bring this to everybody and to be able to share it with y'all. And one more slide before I introduce my wonderful husband. The heart of our product. So this is a really big deal because we really believe in products and, we're not going to be all over the place. We have a very specific purpose in our products, and you're going to see that. We are going to have Nueva core products. We're going to have Nueva glow products. Just imagine more glow. Nueva flow. Let's get some flow on. Nueva rise, Nueva pure, and Nueva essence. So you're going to see a lot of incredible products start to come into the picture. But tonight, listen, we're ready to introduce here in just a few minutes after my husband Rick talks our new product. And you're going to see where that fits into the heart of our product. So let me do this. Let me turn this call over to my amazing husband. His name is Rick Teague. Rick and I have been in this industry for 40 years full time. He was an attorney before getting into this industry, or right as he actually was an attorney when he got into this industry. I met him in this industry in Dallas, Texas. And what's really cool about it is he was an attorney and I was in this business. And back then, I had this dream of someday getting married, maybe, whatever, and having kids and being able to be with them all the time as much as possible, like really pour into our family. And so when Rick and I got together, he was still an attorney and I was in this business, and then he was kind of doing it part-time. And all that to say, I caught him in somehow to not being an attorney, much to his mother's chagrin, I'm sure. And I said, can we just do this business? And, I'm like I'm 22, 21 at the time. And I was like, we just need to do this business because we have all this freedom and we get to do what we want and we get to live our lives around how we want to. And I just saw him working all the time. I was like, dude, I'm not signing up for that. I don't want to be with someone who I never see and my kids never see. So My wonderful man who you're about to meet said yes. And I'm so grateful because we have been able to live our lives based on our values and just things we wanted to do. We homeschooled our girls, we traveled with them, and he got to see them walk first, cop first, all the things just like I did. So, anyhow, he is the man with the plan. If you want to know anything about the comp plan or any of the details, that's who you're going to talk to. Everybody knows it. His brain is like constantly on fire, and he's always just the person that you want to go to when you want to know the details of anything. An amazing man, I will say, because he is my husband, I know, but other people think that too. So now I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Rick Teague.
Man, I should have recorded that. I'll see you downstairs later.
Dude, don't record it.
I'm gonna get going. I'm gonna get going because I know we're all trying to get to Margie, and she's got some exciting product details that we're gonna finally lay out tonight. I'm gonna talk real quick now. I don't want to belabor this. This slide says 10 days since inception, so I want you to really think about that tonight. And many of you know there's a little bit of a backstory. I'm not going to belabor that, but I do want to point out, I keep using the word historic. So never in the history of the direct sales industry has there been a company the magnitude of the former company that was ended so abruptly and inexplicably as that one. And many of you know that. That was just literally less than 2 weeks ago. So 14 days ago, none of what you're seeing tonight was even being thought of by any of the people that are involved in it. None. We didn't have any idea, no clue. So that happened literally 3 days later. That happened to be on Palm Sunday. There was about 8 of us that started talking, and we all of a sudden realized that we had everything we needed to start something that would really be like a unicorn to the industry and something that it had never seen. So that was the other part of the historic part, was the fact that nothing of the magnitude of what you're seeing tonight has ever risen as fast as this company. And once again, 10 days since inception. I can tell you most companies in this industry, they take months. The former company I know was in development for well over a year. And honestly, we're going to start with a lot more stuff in place than that one did. And it took a year. We're like, once again, 14 days ago, we weren't even thinking about this. We didn't have a name. We didn't have a logo. We didn't have branding. We didn't have a website under development. We didn't have a comp plan. We didn't have a comp plan getting programmed. We didn't have product. We didn't have anything. So what I just can't tell you. And then the 8 people that I was talking about, that's one of the things that makes this really unique, because every one of those 8 people have spent the majority of their adult lives in this industry. So, and they all have field DNA. So you keep hearing me say, designed by the field for the field, designed by the field for the field. I've been in this industry 40 years, and I've never seen anything where 8 different people, and like Michelle said, just between 3 or 4 of us, we're up around 150 years in the industry. I think if you add all 8 of the core 8 people together, I'm sure it's up between 200 and 300 years at least. And I don't know how many billions in sales revenue we've generated in our careers, but it's a lot. It's a lot. It's many times over what most companies ever generate. So to have that kind of, core of leaders come together. So we had money, we had basically money fall in our lap. We had products fall in our lap. We had infrastructure fall in our lap, and we had field leaders fall in our lap because we were all forced into action. So once again, that's never happened before. And it's a true unicorn. So I'm just going to give you just a glimpse of some of what's going on. You obviously know we have a name. We just got our domain name kind of officially yesterday. We've got, we got a logo, we got brand, you're seeing all that. But once again, this has all happened over 10 days. Let's go to the next slide. This is just a little sneak peek of the website that is being programmed as we speak. Go to the next one. It's just kind of giving you a feel. You can take, some of the words are chosen very carefully. You can take a screenshot, take a picture. Let's go to the next one. One of the things, look at that, join the rise. I don't even know who's thinking up some of this stuff, but I know they're doing it fast and they're doing it excellently. And look at that over there. There's a little join button. Wouldn't y'all like to be able to punch that right now? It says early access, early perks, early power. So I'm going to get to the early part here in just a little bit. So right now, let's move on. This next one, this is just a little mock-up of the back office that's being programmed right now as we speak. Once again, 10 days, 14 days ago, this wasn't even a concept. It wasn't even a thought. So let's go to the next slide. So I'm just going to hit the highlights on this one. Breakthrough, dual engine comp plan. Some people are thinking, what in the heck is that? Well, one of the hallmarks of the former company, and the former company, it did change the entire industry, and it was the most copied company during the last 5 years. I mean, there was an actual word where the name of the company, which is a noun, became a verb because other people were trying to copy what we were doing. I'm not going to say the name or the verb, but the noun got changed to a verb because it was so common, all these other companies trying to do it. One of the main things was you could come to that company and you can come to this company and you can earn very significant income, even if you don't want to recruit or team build. So you can recruit somebody here to build a customer pod or what we'll call a customer group, and they can earn significant money from doing that. If they want to put some leverage into the equation, they can obviously recruit and build a team. But we're going to robustly, and aggressively reward you for both of those behaviors. And honestly, I think we'll do it better than anybody else in the industry. Let's go to the next slide. This is a real simple one. Hear me. I'm going to lean in a little bit. I've been doing this 40 years. I've studied it like a mad scientist. And I can tell you there is a concept called ground floor. And I'm not going to tell you just because a company is early or because it's a ground floor that you're going to make a lot of money. Maybe some companies that are ground floor, they never get big. You know, that would be a problem. So it doesn't mean automatically that if you find something ground floor, you're going to make a ton of money. You've got to combine your effort with that timing, and then that company has got to get much bigger in the future, if that makes sense. Well, I can tell you it's inarguable that this company is getting ready to get huge. I can tell you my intuition, my gut, my experience, 40 years of being around this, I can tell you I've never seen anything draw the interest that this has drawn in just the first 10 days. And I believe within 3 to 5 years, this will be one of the most well-known companies and largest companies in a $200 billion world direct sales industry. But here's the deal. This is pre-launch. You can't get in, you can't buy product, you can't join, you can't do anything but get on these Zooms and tell people. And I can tell you the reason I've got 10X there is because right now, if you're going to put an hour of effort in, let's say you put an hour of effort in tomorrow, and then let's say you're here 2 or 3 years from now and you put in an hour of effort then, I can just tell you from experience that you're going to get 10 times the future return on your investment of time, energy, and effort right now than you will even 2 or 3 months from now, or a year from now, or 2 or 3 years from now. Pros understand that. That's why we're all working ain't the fame. So what you really need to be doing right now is shaking the bushes. And by the time we let you in the computer, it doesn't just need to be you. It needs to be, you need to go get 3, 4, 5 people, and you've got to get them in on the same understanding and the same course of action, where by the time we actually can get in the computer, you've got a first wave, a second wave, a third wave. You might have 30, 40, 50 to 100 people ready to join the computer, get in the computer as soon as you can get in the computer. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Margie. Margie Aliprandi is a icon. That is not a overstatement. That is an understatement. She was with the former company for 35 years. She earned tons of money. It's literally the only company in this industry she's ever been in. She's written books. She's been in magazines. She's talked on, I'm sure, television shows. And I don't think I can really do it justice if I sit here and talk for another hour. but just let me welcome Margie, and Margie will fill us in on our first actual product. And remember, we didn't even have this product when we decided to do this 11 days ago. So think about that one.
Thank you, you guys. Oh, this is such an honor. And Rick and Michelle both made comments about the dream team of leaders that have come together. So we decided, since there's so much information and so much going on, we're going to kind of divide and conquer. So you're going to hear from, us tonight. But, if you were invited by Michelle Barnes or by Nadia, and anyway, the Meltons, you're in the right place. We're very excited to have you here. And I'm blown away by this product, my friends. So let me just say that we cannot give you the name yet because we're about to have this thing trademarked, and we can't tell you the name until we've got all of that piece done. And also, it's patent pending. So this is very, very exciting time. I want a drum roll. Can anybody give me a drum roll? We got almost 1,000 people here. We got a couple hundred people in the streaming. And are you ready to talk about hydrogen water, my friends? So, and actually, to call this hydrogen water is to grossly underestimate what this product really does. So first of all, let's just talk about hydrogen for a quick minute, okay? So hydrogen is the lightest, most abundant chemical element in the universe. It's the first element, as you know, in the periodic table, and it's also the largest element within our body. Like 63% of our body is hydrogen. Hydrogen's a gas. And because it is the smallest molecule, it can go into every cell and it can pass the blood-brain barrier. So next slide. Who's talking about hydrogen water, you guys? So I want to say that we are absolutely very far behind on the world stage. In Asia, you can walk into a convenience store and buy just a basic hydrogen water, right? So the United States is kind of late to the game. And actually, our former company brought out a little fizzy tablet that you could drop in water, making it hydrogen water. And then they just didn't market it well enough. And when they sunset that product, I'm like, that was a dumb move. But look how things come full circle, because this is hydrogen water on steroids. Now, just take a look at the people that are getting in on the buzz of hydrogen water. I want to point out the second one from the right. Tyler LeBaron might be the world's leading authority on hydrogen water. Next Wednesday, at this exact same time, 7 p.m. Central, right here, we're going to be interviewing him. I have chills. You guys, I saw somebody in the chat that gave me absolute chills when I saw it, that we're making history here. And this product is just absolutely off the hook. Okay, so next slide, please. This falls into the functional beverage category. And what makes this so special and different than any other hydrogen water? And like I said, patent pending, we have the exclusive rights in direct sales, network marketing space. So we've got hydrogen infused water plus nitric oxide production. So when you use the amino acid L-citrulline, you supercharge your body with nitric oxide. So why I'm seeing this single townhouse combo? Okay, so let's go to the next slide. Let's take a quick look at what the benefits of hydrogen water are. It increases supports the body in increasing circulation. It supports the body in reducing inflammation or puffiness, as we should probably be saying. It improves fat metabolism. You guys, look at all the things this does. It supports brain health. It's a very powerful antioxidant, promotes anti-aging, improves hydration, and supports heart health. Now, let's talk about the benefits. Next slide of nitric oxide. So, you guys, this is where it gets super exciting. This nitric oxide, I guess, first of all, you want to say, what even is nitric oxide, right? So, this is a molecule that's naturally produced by the body, and it acts as a vasodilator. So, what that means is that it relaxes and widens blood vessels. So, you can see what some of the benefits are here. Obviously, it increases blood flow, improved cognitive function. It improves blood pressure, already in healthy range. It boosts exercise performance, supports a strong immune system, and enhancing weight loss. I mean, like, for the past several days, I've been saying there's one product and it does all of this, right? And so now you're hearing all about it. Next one. Let me show you some of the science behind this. Oh, well, first of all, just kind of a summary slide here. Performance, focus, recovery, and immune support. Now, let's get to some of the clinicals. You guys are going to be blown away by this. Okay, so when you increase nitric oxide levels and you increase that vasodilation, now notice here on the left, you see the baseline, right? This is the baseline amount of nitric oxide in the blood. And 45 minutes later, it increases by 100% after somebody drinks this amazing drink that comes in a can, right? So if you look on the left, you'll see the before, and it looks kind of occluded, doesn't it? Right? Like, and then 45 minutes later, look at the ability for blood flow just based on the vasodilation. So next slide. This next one is, you're seeing off to the right, you're seeing some thermography. Like, have you ever noticed, like, when your hands get cold, right? And like, what do you do to make your hands warm? Like, you move them around. You want to get blood flow to your fingertips. And so what you're seeing is an increase in temperature because of the nitric oxide that is improving blood flow. So notice on the right here, 96.8 degrees Fahrenheit, 99 point, after what is this, like after just a couple of hours. I want to draw your attention to the graph on the left. I hope you can see that. Notice that, I mean, think about like a cup of coffee, right? When you drink a cup of coffee in the morning, how long does it take before you're pretty much losing the benefit of that cup of coffee? Take note. Notice that this product peaks at the 4-hour time frame, and 20 hours later, you're still getting benefit of improved blood flow from this product. Next slide. So this improves brain blood flow. So it actually is oxyhemoglobin that carries your oxygen throughout your body, right? And into your brain throughout the body. If you check here, you've got the baseline, right? Before the drink, right? And when we can tell you the name, you're going to freak out. The name is so good. It'll be trademarked soon, right? So oxyhemoglobin, they're measuring the oxyhemoglobin in the brain after just 90 minutes. Look at that. Like, well, there's this 18% increase, right? After 1 hour, and 100% increase after 4 hours. And then you can see the concentration without, after consuming. I mean, is this science just blowing you away? All right, next one. Because here we're going to talk about motor cortex. So when we talk about improving motor cortex, we're talking about any voluntary movement, from fine motor skills to the grosser motor skills, right? To sequencing, or all of these things. When you increase blood flow throughout the body, that can happen more effectively. It also is very, very affected in reducing metabolic waste in the body. And so check out the baseline, right? 3 minutes post, like within 1 hour, there's a 2.3 times increase in the improvement of motor cortex functioning. So next one, brain voltage. Okay, so take a look at these diagrams here. So the goal is we're talking brain voltage, that, just the more brain voltage you have, the more effective your cognitive function is, right? And so what we're looking for is to get as much red in the square as possible. So what you're going to notice here is this is over like a 4-day period of time. The first session, they actually notate this 4 minutes. Notice how the red it's creeping into the box, right? Into that like total ideal place. And then the next one, notice 1 hour later, you guys, 1 hour later, notice how that box is just packed with red. And then the next one, this is over a 4-day period of time. So it shows you also that this is according to EEG, right? It shows you also that there's a cumulative benefit because session 4 is taken 4 minutes, 4 days and 4 minutes after this product. So there is a saturation benefit that is happening and a cumulative benefit that's happening with this product. Okay, next one. I'm just still learning all of this stuff, my friends. So this is a 10 human case study, and it analyzes all 8 of these areas of cognitive health. Because I don't know about you, but primarily I want strong cognitive health till my last breath. So this is incredibly impressive to me. Notice how the before, right? How it is not like hitting all of the targets. Notice how speed, accuracy, plasticity, fatigue, focus, overall, just cognition and time perception. TOJ. Hello. So I just learned what TOJ means today. It's temporal order judgment. What that means is the ability to perceive and remember sequencing. Like when a lot of things come at you really, really quickly and you're like trying to remember which happened first. This is what TOJ, like just notice, guys, compare every single one of these, the 4 with the after. I mean, is this blowing your mind? Like, can you give me some hearts like here? And that, like, wait, is it blowing your mind like it totally is ours? So TOJ, temporal order judgment, right? I want more. I want more of that. Okay, so next slide. So it improves athletic performance. Here you see like a 6.6% increase of aerobic output within just a very short period of time. Functional threshold 6.5, maximal oxygen intake. I mean, guys, the bottom line is the more that you can get oxygen everywhere in the body, I mean, it will improve your athletic performance 100%. It will dramatically improve repair time, recovery time. So this is absolutely huge as well. Next one. So this one, guys, this one is about torque. And if I'm remembering correctly, what they did is in the test, human clinicals on all of these, they had people do 50 leg lifts. And then they were able to test the average torque. Then they drink the drink that we've got exclusive rights for in our space. And there was a 27% increase, right? So that's just sheer force and sheer production, right? And so, I mean, I guess like the question is, When can we get our hands on these things, you guys? Like Rick said so beautifully, May is about gathering your tribe. Gather up, like use bits and pieces of this. We're going to get better at explaining it. It's all moving very, very quickly. But we're going to be able to have this product to consume and sell in June. So you've got a little time in April and you got all of May to go gather your tribe for this product. This is one of 3 products. I'll tell you what, if we only had, this is a $5 to $10 billion product in the functional beverage space that we've got exclusive rights to. I won't drop any names, but there are sports teams' names that you would know and you go, what? That have bought this by the caseload. And we've got the exclusive rights in our space. So who you're going to hear from next Wednesday, he actually in 2009, Dr. Tyler established, like he was probably one of the real early adopters to hydrogen water. And in 2013, he created an institute around education for hydrogen water. Like you're going to hear from him next Wednesday. So put that in your calendar, same time. Now it is my honor to introduce one of my favorite humans on the planet. Tony and Sarah Zalecki. I remember the first time that I met Sarah Zalecki, she walked in the room and I'm like, who is that woman? And then I met Tony. I'm like, it would be my greatest dream in the world to work with them. And that dream has come true. And so here we are in spades. These guys have got 30 years each, right? So 60 years in the network marketing space. Iconic, legendary, barely begin to describe who these visionary. I've watched them. They're bulldogs for their team. They've got the biggest hearts. They're so committed. I'm so honored to be by the side of Sarah and Tony Zalecki. And now I turn the time to Tony Zalecki.
Thank you, Margie Alaprandi. And I'll tell you what, let's give Margie some love in this chat because she did an extraordinary job walking through our first product. And just in the chat, if you want to try this product, just put me in the chat. So whoever wants to try this, just put me if you want to try this product. Because I'll tell you what, listening to Margie walk through that product has got me so excited. And here's the deal, everybody. We wouldn't have been here, but our company 2 weeks ago did us dirty. They closed the doors. They said enough's enough right before we were about to get paid. They pulled the plug on us. Why? A million different reasons, but a big reason was financial stability. And, the owners here, and I'll just tell you this quick story because it's so important. We could have went anywhere, but we chose to create Nueva for you. Why? Because we know what works. We know what doesn't work. We know what we like. We know what we don't like. We know how to scale big. We know how to grow. We know how to create momentum. We know how to help more people win on planet Earth than anybody else. This team right here. These are just some of the leaders. There's layers and layers and layers and layers and layers of phenomenal leadership here. People that when you meet, you're just moved. You learn, you're excited, and they want your best interest. But let's get back to financial stability. One of our owners, Brian, guess what he just did a couple days ago? I know all of us have gone to GoDaddy before, and, we get a little domain for our business or for our team group or whatever we want to do. We pay $20 or $30, whatever it is. Well, guess what Brian did? Just dropped $110,000 to get the domain Nueva.com. I mean, you think about that. Just dropped $110,000. Yeah, we got to grab that domain. Let's grab it. But you look at that, and the reason I bring up that story is because when you have strong financial stability and you have phenomenal leadership and you have products from the physical and the digital side that really this profession has never seen before at this level, at this science, right? At this lifestyle, that's when you really create a company that is just building steam and creating momentum. And look at this. Like Rick said, we're about 10 days in and everybody wants to be a part of this. Everybody hears the story. They say, I want to do this. How can I do this? I want to work with you guys. This feels so good. And then you look at what we're going to create with the state-of-the-art e-commerce shopping and buying experience. One of the things we look at today is that you got to be innovative. You got to stay current. You got to look at the hottest trends that are out there when it comes to social selling and buying online and sharing online and creating customers and shipping those products literally all over the world. You got to have state-of-the-art e-commerce. We have that here. We have the best of the best. I want you to think about this. People pay with credit cards today. A lot of us do that, right? But people also pay around the world with digital currency. Think about having digital currency at your fingertips in your back office so that when people join all around the world in 200 plus countries, they can pay with digital currency. How cool is that? You look at the robust back office we're building with funnels and lead pages and tracking systems for your business. But we're setting you up so not only do you win, but you grow and you see results right away and you build your confidence and the belief level just rises and rises and rises inside of you and around, the people that are in your world because they see you more excited than you ever been and they see you having fun and they see you touching people and creating story after story. So I love Rick because Rick talked about our dual-sided plan, and that's a hybrid powerhouse. When you look at how we can pay instantly, exponentially, how we basically have put this together, it's not just a plan, it's a wealth strategy for you disguised as a paycheck. And when you jump into the dual-sided plan and you see exactly how it works and you see exactly how it pays out and your people go, wow, I had no idea I could do this. Wow, there's this path. Wow, I can do a little bit of both paths. Oh man, this is incredible. Now people are winning. Now people are raising their hand and they feel good about their decision because they're not in a company that's forcing them to do something they don't want to do, that they're uncomfortable doing, that they don't want to play that game. And we've created that comp plan, and that comp plan is for you. So I'm going to end with this. And I want to be really clear on this, that what we built here, it's phenomenal. But this is about what you're going to become. This is about how you're going to show up and touch people and bless people and really change the environment around you because of Nueva. And this is an invitation for you tonight. This is an invitation to lead louder. Some of you, you've got unfinished business. And guess what? You're here to finish that business. And we're going to help you finish that business. We're going to put up a game plan for you so that you grow and finish that business. And we're going to make sure that this home for you is safe. No one can ever take it away from you. No one can ever do you dirty like they did us 10 days ago. No one can ever say, you know what? Your voice doesn't matter. We're not listening to you. Just forget about you and discard you. No, that's not what the Nueva family is. And we're going to let you walk into your best self. And we're going to let you rise to a level that you want to rise to. And we're going to honor you. We're going to respect you. We're going to love on you, whether you're just using the products, whether you're building a big network, whether you're our biggest fan and cheering us on all over social media or talking to people and having conversations. We love you and we respect you. So here's what I want you to do. This is going to be the biggest global launch network marketing has ever seen in my 30 years of doing this business. It's our honor to have you here with us. You're going to shine during that global launch. And the best thing that Rick talked about, and I got so excited when he was going through this, is that you're here before that launch starts in a week or so. So you get a chance to be in front of that launch before the launch explodes globally. Do you know the power of that? There's only one time Nueva launches. You all know that, right? And goes into pre-launch. There's only one time. And you're going to be here for the Nueva pre-launch. The power of that is unbelievable. So get ready for it. Now, here's what I want you to do. Get back with the person that invited you on here, or get back with the person that shared this with you, because this is going to be shared thousands and thousands and thousands of times. Get back with that person. Let them know that you want to get on their VIP list. Let them know that you want to be a part of the Facebook groups, and let them know that you're ready. Let them know that I'm ready. I'm raising my hand, put my game plan together, and show me what I have to do so that I can maximize this launch and not just be here for the launch. Thank you for your time. Thank you for all you do for this community already. We love you, and we'll talk to you very soon. Take care, everybody.